Former two-time IBF super middleweight champion James Degale has stuck to his word and knocked it on the head. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Remstar Says So. After that epic battle at the O2 on the February 23rd, James Degale has decided to call it quits. What can I say? James Degale, one of the most rounded boxers of his time, has just finally come a step too far in the fight against Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank just absolutely dominated him throughout the entire fight. If you watched my previous sort of recap of this matchup, I actually said that I thought that James Degale won 2-3 rounds tops. So I think it's a good thing that he has sort of stuck to his guns now and called it a day, because I just don't think there's anything left for him to offer. I actually said, this was before I started this YouTube channel, that James Degale should have knocked it on the head when he lost to Caleb Truex on that Frank Warren card. The way Caleb Truex absolutely dominated James Degale in that first fight, I was just like, why is this man still fighting? And I was just like, he must just really need the money or something, because he's made bad investments or something like that. So I don't know. It's a good thing he's knocked it on the head now. I mean, he lost to Caleb Truex on the 9th of December 2017. Then he won the belt back on the 7th of April 2018. He was then mandated to fight somebody that would have absolutely taken his block off. So he vacated the title. He then had what I could only perceive as being some sort of warm-up fight while looking for a more suitable opponent against Fidel Munoz, and he knocked him out in 3 rounds. And then he went on to lose to Chris Eubank on the 23rd of February. James Degale has had a good career though. Like, let's not get this twisted. This man is a former Olympic gold medalist, the first British-born, the first Briton or Englishman to win an Olympic gold medal and then go on to win a world championship. That's no easy doing. Like, let's have a look at what James Degale has actually achieved. He beat Andre Durrell on the 23rd of May 2015 to win the vacant IBF title, and he defended it against the likes of Lucian Boot, Rogelio Medina. He had that classic draw against Badu Jack. I actually thought that Badu Jack edged him, but some questionable referees put that down as a draw. And then Badu Jack decided that he couldn't be fucked at super middleweight and went up. So there was never a rematch there. James Degale, he's fought some good opposition. He did have a majority decision loss against George Groves back in 2011. That was for the British super middleweight title. And he's also been in there with some good sort of British names, the likes of Paul Smith, Carl Dilks, Sam Horton, well-known guys that were on the British scene back in the day. James Degale's career has only really spanned 10 years. His debut fight was the 28th of February 2009, and he's knocked it on the head on the 28th of February 2019. So a career that lasted, if you want to call it, exactly 10 years. I can only wish James Degale well. I hope that, he saved his money, invested it well, and he hasn't just blown it on BS, because I would hate to see James Degale sort of climbing out of retirement to fight some pointless fights or get his head knocked off. What's next for James Degale? Similar to George Groves, I think James Degale could have an exciting career in media, whether that being a sort of pundit or even a commentator. I'm sure there's loads of channels that would want to pick up James Degale for his expertise. Let's not forget James Degale is a two-time IBF super middleweight champion, as well as holding Olympic gold. James Degale has got a great pedigree. But yeah, as Chris Eubank said in that build-up, he was completely outclassed in every way. So yeah, I'm glad that James Degale has knocked it on the head. I can only wish him well. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me, share this video. You're watching Remstar Says So.